The concept of a man being serious about a relationship is often mistakenly equated with loud, cinematic displays of devotion, dramatic airport reunions, expensive jewelry, or public declarations on social media. While these moments have their place, they are often ephemeral, serving more as a performance than a foundation. The true weight of a man's commitment is actually found in the quiet, unglamorous spaces of everyday life. It is evidenced not by a sudden explosion of effort, but by a consistent, rhythmic pattern of behavior that prioritized your well-being and the integrity of the partnership over his own ego or convenience. When a man is truly invested in a future with you, he doesn't feel the need to make a scene because his actions speak with a resonance that noise cannot replicate. He operates from a place of internal certainty, understanding that a lasting bond is built brick by brick, through small, intentional choices made when no one else is watching. This subtle approach to commitment is often more reliable than grand gestures because it requires sustained effort and emotional maturity. A grand gesture is a sprint. Consistency is a marathon. A man who proves his seriousness without making a scene is someone who has moved past the chase phase and into the building phase. He is no longer trying to win you over. He is trying to keep you, which is a far more complex and dedicated endeavor. He understands that trust is not granted overnight but is aimed through the fulfillment of 1,000 tiny promises. This type of man values the we over the me, subtly shifting his lifestyle, his schedule, and his mental energy to create a permanent space for you. He doesn't demand attention for these shifts. He simply makes them because he recognizes that your presence makes his life better, and he is willing to do the work required to protect that reality. Furthermore, a man who is serious without the theatrics provides a level of psychological safety that is essential for a healthy relationship. When love is loud and performative, it can often feel fragile, as if the commitment might vanish once the audience is gone or the excitement fades. In contrast, the man who proves himself through reliability, respect, and active listening creates a sanctuary of stability. You don't have to guess his intentions or decode his mixed signals because his behavior is a clear, open book. He treats the relationship as a vital part of his identity rather than a temporary accessory. This quiet strength allows the relationship to grow at a natural pace, grounded in reality rather than fantasy. It is the difference between a firework that dazzles for a second and a hearth that keeps the house warm all winter. By focusing on these 15 subtle yet profound behaviors, a man demonstrates a depth of character and a level of intentionality that signifies he isn't just looking for a partner for right now. He is building a life with a partner for forever. 1. He honors his word consistently. Consistency is the quietest but most powerful form of proof in a relationship. When a man is serious about you, he doesn't need to make grand, sweeping declarations or public displays of affection to prove his worth. Instead, he relies on the steady accumulation of kept promises. Honoring one's word means that the gap between what is said and what is done is non-existent. If he says he will call at a specific time, the phone rings at that time. If he commits to helping you with a mundane task, he shows up ready to work. This reliability builds a foundation of psychological safety. In a world where ghosting and breadcrumbing are common, a man who remains true to his word stands out by providing stability. This behavior reflects a deep respect for your persona and your time. He understands that every time he breaks a small promise, he chips away at the trust you have placed in him. By being consistent, he is signaling that you are a priority and that he values his integrity within the context of your partnership. It isn't about being perfect. It's about the intention behind the action. When he fails, as humans do, he takes accountability rather than offering excuses. This steady rhythm of reliability allows the relationship to flourish without the anxiety of what ifs. You don't have to wonder if he will show up or if his feelings have changed overnight because his actions serve as a constant, rhythmic heartbeat of commitment. Over time, this consistency proves that his intentions are rooted in a desire for a long-term future, as he is invested in building a reputation of trustworthiness with you. 2. He prioritizes your time together. A man who is serious about a future with you understands that time is the most valuable currency he can spend. Prioritizing your time together does not necessarily mean spending every waking hour in each other's company. Rather, it means that the time he allocates to you is intentional, protected, and meaningful. He doesn't treat you like an option or someone he calls only when his primary plans fall through. Instead, he proactively carves out space in his schedule for you, even when life becomes chaotic. This shows a level of emotional maturity and organizational effort that speaks volumes more than a loud, public romantic gesture ever could. When he prioritizes you, he is essentially saying that your presence is essential to his happiness and well-being. You become a fixed point in his week rather than a variable. This might manifest as a standing date night, or simply his insistence on being fully present, putting the phone away and truly engaging when you are together. He respects your schedule as much as his own, ensuring that plans are made in advance so you feel valued and considered. This behavior eliminates the guesswork often found in casual dating. By making time for you a non-negotiable part of his life, he demonstrates that he is integrating you into his world. It's a subtle, ongoing choice to choose you over other distractions, proving that he sees the relationship as a vital investment rather than a hobby. This quiet dedication builds a sense of belonging and reinforces the idea that you are a team moving through life in sync. 3. He remembers the small details. The hallmark of true interest is the ability to recall the nuances of your life that others might overlook. When a man is serious, he listens with the intent to understand, not just to respond. He remembers the name of your childhood pet, the specific way you take your coffee, or the reason why a particular project at work is stressing you out. These small details are actually the building blocks of intimacy. By retaining this information, he proves that he is paying close attention to the map of your inner world. It shows that he values your thoughts and experiences enough to store them in his long-term memory. Remembering these details allows him to support you in ways that feel uniquely tailored to your needs. If he surprises you with your favorite snack after you've had a bad day, or follows up on a conversation you had a week ago about a doctor's appointment, he is demonstrating a high level of emotional labor. This isn't a performance for an audience. It's a private, thoughtful act of care. It signals that he is not just in love with the idea of a girlfriend, but specifically in love with you as an individual. This attention to detail creates a deep sense of being seen and known. In a serious relationship, this knowledge becomes a tool for building a shared life. It allows him to anticipate your needs and navigate your sensitivities with grace. The accumulation of these small moments of recognition creates a powerful bond of companionship that makes you feel safe, understood, and profoundly cherished without him ever having to raise his voice. 4. He includes you in his long-term plans. One of the most definitive signs that a man is serious is the shift from I and me to we and us when discussing the future. This doesn't have to be a dramatic conversation about marriage or children right away. It often starts with subtle inclusions. He might mention a concert happening 6 months from now and assume you'll be there. Or he might discuss a career move and ask how it would affect your dynamic. By weaving you into his vision of the future, he is showing that he cannot imagine that future without you. This is a quiet, deliberate way of providing security and showing that he is thinking far beyond the present moment. Inclusion in long-term plans shows that he sees you as a partner, not just a temporary companion. It involves a level of vulnerability, as he is essentially admitting that his happiness is now intertwined with yours. Whether it's planning a vacation for next year or discussing where he might want to live in 5 years, these conversations serve as a bridge between the now and the forever. He isn't making a scene. He is simply treating your presence in his life as a settled fact. This transparency allows you to align your own goals with his, fostering a sense of mutual direction. When a man is just playing house, he will avoid talk of the future or keep his plans vague. A serious man, however, offers clarity. He wants you to know that there is a place for you in his life for the long haul, and he takes the necessary steps to ensure that your paths remain joined as you both evolve and grow. 5. He introduces you to his inner circle. A man's social circle is often a reflection of his values and his history. When he introduces you to his closest friends and family, he is inviting you into his most private and protected spaces. This is a significant milestone that he wouldn't undertake if he weren't serious about the relationship. By bringing you home, whether literally or figuratively, he is seeking the stamp of approval from those he trusts most and, more importantly, he is showing the world that he is proud to be with you. This isn't about showing you off like a trophy. It's about integrating you into the fabric of his life. This step proves he is serious because it creates accountability. Once his parents know your name and his best friend have shared a meal with you, the relationship is no longer a secret or casual experiment. It becomes a recognized entity. He is essentially saying, "This person matters to me, and I want her to matter to you, too." Observing how he interacts with his inner circle in your presence also gives you valuable insight into his character. If he treats you with the same respect and affection in front of his peers as he does in private, it confirms his authenticity. This quiet integration is a powerful way of solidifying your status in his life. He is building a support system around the relationship, ensuring that your lives are becoming increasingly interconnected. It is a sign of respect for both you and his loved ones, demonstrating that he is ready to merge his personal history with a shared future. 6. He communicates during conflict. A serious man understands that conflict is not a sign of failure, but an opportunity for growth. Instead of retreating into silence, slamming doors, or utilizing the silent treatment to exert control, he chooses the more difficult path of vulnerable communication. He addresses issues as they arise because he cares more about the health of the relationship than being right. This approach requires a significant amount of emotional intelligence. It means he is willing to sit in discomfort, listen to your perspective without becoming defensive, and work toward a compromise that respects both parties. By engaging in healthy conflict resolution, he proves he is looking at the long term. He isn't interested in winning an argument today if it means losing your trust tomorrow. He uses I statements, stays focused on the current issue rather than bringing up past mistakes, and seeks solutions rather than scapegoats. This level of maturity shows that he views you as a partner and an equal. It provides a sense of security, knowing that when things get tough, as they inevitably will, he won't disappear or become emotionally volatile. His willingness to talk through the hard parts is a quiet, steadfast commitment to the endurance of your bond. 7. He respects your boundaries. Respecting boundaries is one of the most profound ways a man shows he is serious without making a scene. Whether those boundaries are physical, emotional, or related to your time and privacy, he treats them as sacred. He doesn't push, nag, or guilt trip you into changing your mind. Instead, he listens when you say no or not right now and adjusts his behavior accordingly. This respect demonstrates that he values your autonomy and sees you as a whole person with your own needs, rather than just an extension of his own desires. When a man respects your boundaries, he is building a culture of consent and safety within the relationship. He understands that for love to flourish, there must be a foundation of mutual respect. This might mean giving you space when you're overwhelmed, respecting your financial independence, honoring your need to maintain your own friendships. By not making your boundaries a point of contention, he proves that he is secure in himself and in the relationship. This quiet deference shows a deep level of care. He wants you to feel comfortable and empowered in his presence, which is a hallmark of a man who is truly invested in your well-being. 8. He supports your personal ambitions. A man who is serious about you doesn't feel threatened by your success. He's your most consistent cheerleader. He takes a genuine interest in your career goals, your hobbies, and your personal growth. This support isn't just verbal, it's practical. He might take on extra chores so you can study for an exam, or act as a sounding board for a presentation you're nervous about. He celebrates your wins as if they were his own because he views your success as a victory for the team. This support proves his seriousness because it shows he is invested in your happiness as an individual, not just in how you serve the relationship. He wants to see you reach your full potential and is willing to make sacrifices to help you get there. A man who is just passing through might feel intimidated or neglected when you focus on your ambitions, but a serious man understands that a fulfilled partner makes for a stronger partnership. By encouraging your growth, he is helping build a future where both of you can thrive, proving that his intentions are rooted in a selfless, enduring kind of love. 9. He shows up when things get difficult. The true measure of a man's commitment is often found in the boring or dark moments of life. While many people are happy to be around for the celebrations and the easy days, a serious man is the first person by your side when things go wrong. Whether it's a health scare, a family crisis, or a bad day at work, he shows up with a calm, supportive presence. He doesn't need to be asked. He anticipates your needs and provides a steady hand to hold while you navigate the storm. His presence in these moments is a powerful, nonverbal declaration of his intent. He is proving that he is reliable and that he can handle the complexities of a real life together. He doesn't make a scene about his helpfulness. He simply does what needs to be done, whether that's bringing you soup, handling the paperwork, or just listening while you cry. This reliability transforms a relationship from a romance into a true partnership. By being your rock during the hard times, he demonstrates a level of devotion that far outweighs any grand, public gesture, showing that he is in it for better or worse of reality. 10. He is transparent about his finances. While money can be a sensitive topic, a man who is serious about a future with you will eventually prioritize financial transparency. This doesn't mean he hands over his bank passwords on the third date. But as the relationship deepens, he is honest about his debts, his savings, and his financial goals. He discusses money not as a way to brag or complain, but as a way to plan. He understands that a shared life requires a shared understanding of resources, and he wants to ensure that both of you are on the same page. Transparency about finances is a major sign of trust and long-term thinking. It shows that he is moving away from an individualistic mindset and toward a collaborative one. He wants to ensure there are no surprises that could derail your future together. By being open about his financial situation, he is inviting you into the practical side of his life, which is a significant step toward true intimacy. It proves he is serious because he is willing to be vulnerable about a topic that many people find uncomfortable, all for the sake of building a stable and honest foundation for your life together. 11. He makes an effort with your loved ones. When a man is serious about you, he recognizes that your life didn't start the moment you met him. You have a village of people who shaped you. He doesn't just tolerate your family or friends. He makes a genuine effort to build his own rapport with them. He listens to your father's long stories, remembers your best friend's big promotion, and shows up to the awkward family barbecues with a smile. He understands that by winning over the people you love, he is showing respect for your history and creating a smoother path for your collective future. This effort is a quiet form of devotion. It shows he is not trying to isolate you or keep you in a bubble where he is the only influence. Instead, he wants to be integrated into your entire world. He takes the time to understand the dynamics of your inner circle because he knows these people will eventually be his inner circle too. By being a respectful and engaged presence in your family's life, he provides you with a sense of social security. You don't have to manage his behavior or apologize for his absence. He simply becomes a reliable extension of your life, proving his commitment through his willingness to belong to your world. 12. He seeks your opinion on major decisions. A man who views you as a permanent fixture in his life will naturally consult you when he faces significant choices. Whether he is considering a career change, thinking about moving to a new apartment, or making a large purchase, he treats your input as essential. This isn't because he lacks independence, but because he recognizes that his decisions will inevitably impact you. By bringing you into his decision-making process, he is signaling that you are a teammate whose perspective is not only valued but necessary for his own peace of mind. This behavior demonstrates a high level of respect and equality. It shows that he considers your logic, your feelings, and your future comfort as heavily as his own. When a man is just passing through, he makes unilateral decisions and expects you to adapt. A serious man, however, builds the life with you. This inclusion fosters a sense of mutual ownership over the direction the relationship is taking. It proves he is serious because it shows he is planning a life that accommodates your needs and desires, ensuring that the path you walk together is one that you both help to pave. 13. He practices active listening. While many people listen just to wait for their turn to speak, a serious man practices active listening as a way to deepen his connection with you. When you speak, he is fully engaged, maintaining eye contact, asking clarifying questions, and reflecting back on what you've said. He pays attention to the emotions behind your words, noticing when your tone shifts or when you're holding something back. This level of focus is a subtle but powerful way of saying, what you think and feel is the most important thing to me right now. Active listening prevents the misunderstandings that often plague casual relationships. It shows that he is willing to do the mental work required to truly know you. Because he listens so well, he can offer support that is actually helpful rather than generic advice. This practice creates a deep reservoir of emotional intimacy. You feel safe sharing your deepest fears and wildest dreams because you know they are being heard and held with care. By consistently prioritizing your voice, he proves that he is invested in your internal world, creating a bond based on genuine understanding rather than superficial attraction. 14. He is consistent in his affection. In the early stages of dating, affection can sometimes feel like a performance, grand gestures and intense passion that eventually fizzle out. A serious man, however, provides a steady, reliable stream of affection that doesn't depend on his mood or the honeymoon phase. His warmth is a constant presence. It's the way he reaches for your hand while driving, the kiss on the forehead before he leaves for work, or the way he pulls you closer in his sleep. This consistency creates an environment of emotional warmth where you never have to wonder where you stand. This low-key affection is more meaningful than a dozen roses delivered to your office because it is woven into the fabric of daily life. It proves he is serious because it's a habit, not a tactic. He isn't using affection to get something from you or to smooth over a mistake. He is simply expressing his natural state of being in love with you. This steady heartbeat of physical and emotional closeness builds a secure attachment. It reassures you that his feelings are stable and that he finds comfort and joy in your physical presence every single day, making the relationship feel like a true sanctuary. 15. He follows through on self-improvement. A man who is serious about a long-term future understands that a healthy relationship requires two healthy individuals. If you have expressed that certain behaviors of his are hurtful or counterproductive, he doesn't just apologize. Illinois makes a concerted effort to change. Whether it's working on his temper, becoming more organized, or addressing personal habits that affect your dynamic, he takes personal responsibility for his growth. He doesn't do this because he is being nagged. He does it because he wants to be the best possible version of himself for you and for the future you are building together. This follow-through is the ultimate proof of seriousness. It shows a level of humility and dedication that is rare. He is willing to do the hard, often invisible work of self-reflection and habit breaking to ensure the relationship thrives. By investing in his own personal development, he is protecting the longevity of your bond. It shows that he values the relationship enough to evolve alongside it. This quiet, persistent effort to be a better partner proves that he isn't just interested in a comfortable present, but is deeply committed to the long-term health and happiness of the partnership.